Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to this Twins Talk thing we have here. And today we have a very special video for you. In this one, we are going to be talking about the 3 players in the Twins farm system that are going to hopefully make a huge impact going to the majors this year. These are 3 players in the Twins farm system that I've kept an eye on, and now I want to share them with you so you guys can get the insight on who you're looking at could be the next biggest star of the Twins. But once again, these are just my opinion. I'm going off of numbers and stats that I can look at. If you want to argue them down in the comments, please go ahead and do so. But this is just my opinion on who are the 3 top prospects that should be making their MLB debut this year. So we're going to start at number 13 with Lamonte Wade. And he is an outfielder, bats left, throws left. He is supposed to make his debut sometime this year or next year in 2019. He's 25, 6'1", 189, and he just turned 25 on January 1st, actually. He was drafted in 2015, 9th overall, or the 260th pick. So this guy doesn't really stand out in any category. He's not super fast. He's not super powerful. Doesn't just hit for contact. Let's just go through his numbers. So in 2018, he was placed in Double-A in Chattanooga, and then he was also placed in Rochester, so he moved up. He played 46 games in Double-A, and he killed it. He batted 300, 5 stolen bases, only 20 strikeouts, 26 walks. I'll get into a little bit more on that. 7 home runs, 27 RBIs, a triple, 2 doubles, 51 hits, and 171 at-bats. That's 300 average, 298 to be exact. He killed it in Double-A, and they're like, all right, we'll move you up to Triple-A for the rest of the season. He struggled just a little bit, not putting up the same numbers that he did in Double-A, obviously, though he was adjusting, and that's expected. So 74 games, 24 runs, 58 hits on 253 at-bats, 9 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs, 21 RBIs, 38 walks, 54 strikeouts, still 5 stolen bases for an average of 229. So combining his minors, basically the big stats are 257 average, 11 home runs, 4 triples, 11 doubles, 64 walks, and 74 strikeouts. This man walks almost more than he strikes out. This is like a Joe Mauer kind of disciplined player, and in his little scouting bio, that is what they look for. They look for this guy because he's not the greatest in any other category. He's just kind of, solid, but he walks generally more than he strikes out, or just about the same. This is a guy who's very disciplined at the plate and can produce some walks, and he is fast. He's got a solid bat, and he's got a solid speed, and he hits for contact. He's good at everything, but he doesn't stand out in anything except for basically the discipline, and that is going to be a big thing for him if he does make it to the majors. The only problem is this guy is ranked 13. He's supposed to come up to the bigs in the next couple of years, but now you've got Rosario, Jake Cave, Kepler, who are your starting outfielders, I believe. Then you got Buxton on the bench, Nelson Cruz, who could play the outfield. He's going to DH as well. There's not really a spot for Lamonte Wade, except for injuries. Somebody struggles. He might get his chance. However, he's on the 40-man roster, but I don't know if he's going to be held out because of the position he plays, and we'll just have to see how it all plays out. But right now, this guy is knocking on the door, and he is right there just in case somebody goes down or somebody struggles. He is right there to pick it up, and I'm assuming he's going to start in AAA again this year, and he's just going to roll with it, hopefully do a little bit better, and, he's on the 40-man roster, like I said, could get called up at any time. So definitely a player to watch for. Let's go on to the next guy, Lewis Thrope, and he is ranked number 10. This is just in the Twins farm system again. He's a left-handed pitcher. He bats right, throws left. He is estimated again to come up in the next 2 years. 23 years old, 6'1", 160. He signed with the Twins on July 12th 2012. And he has never seen a day in the majors. So, again, very, very close, knocking on the door. Again, was on the 40-man roster. However, has never seen any major league action. This could be his year. The Twins usually struggle with pitching around halfway in the season. It's just what it is. But this guy has got some very good stats to back him up, especially in Double-A. He was 8-4 with a 3.5 ERA, 22 games. He started 21 of those, 108 innings pitched, less than one hit per inning, which is good, at a 105, hits. And then I just lost his picture. There it is. 13 home runs given up, 30 walks, but 131 strikeouts. That is very good. So he's striking out over a guy an inning and giving up less than a hit an inning. His average was 250, so 1 in every 4 batters will get a hit. Well, that's pretty good. Then his whip is 1.25. So that was Double-A. Not bad. Not bad at all, especially with an 8-4 record. His Triple-A season, it honestly wasn't that bad. He only started 4 games in AAA. Wasn't that bad of a player. He did finish with a record of 0-3 though, but his ERA was a little bit better at 3.3. He started 4 games, 22 innings, 21.2 innings to be exact, 20 hits, so again, less than a hit per inning. 3 home runs given up, 6 walks, 26 strikeouts, more than a strikeout per inning. 244 average, that's getting a little better. The whip, 1.2, a little bit better. This guy did some solid stuff in the minors, and I don't see why he wouldn't be able to come up to the major league level at some point in this, maybe this year or next year. Like I said, the Twins, we've struggled with pitchers. We have gone out to buy so many pitchers in the last couple of years. Gibson's basically the only guy that we've had from, a draft. And, we've got like Moya. I don't know if Santana's coming back. Gibson. I mean, we're looking at guys who struggle in the past. Gibson's finally turned it around in the last maybe year or two, but we don't have a really good, solid starting pitcher. And this guy, I'm not saying he's going to be the next, Clayton Kershaw or somebody like that, but definitely some good numbers. Obviously, we'd probably start him in the bullpen, but the good numbers will just continue to roll, and I don't see why this guy at least wouldn't get a shot, especially with injuries that happen to pitchers or struggles that happen to pitchers all the time. It doesn't make sense why this guy would not come up to the majors at some point this season. Next up, and probably my most anticipated matchup, or a guy that I'm following, Nick Gordon, ranked number 4 in the system. This guy, we've heard all about him in the Twins farm system the last 4 years. He's shortstop and second baseman, bats left, throws right. He's supposed to come up at some point this year. There was talks about him coming up last year. 6 foot, 160, 23 years old. He is top 10. He's 10th in the top 10 shortstop prospects. He can also play second. He was drafted first round, 5th overall by the Twins in 2014. So this guy, we know who he is. D. Gordon's brother. He is fast. He is basically D. Gordon, just a younger version of D. Gordon, and he has got some stuff. He's fast. He's left-handed. He can get out of the box quickly. He hits for contact. This guy, I mean, let's just look at his numbers. Absolutely incredible for 2018. In Double-A, he played 42 games, 10 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs, 11 walks, 27 strikeouts, 7 stolen bases. But here you go, 54 hits on 162 at-bats for 22 runs and a 333 average. Lit it up in his 42 games that he played there, and that's a solid number. That is not just a fluke. That's D. Gordon's brother, Nick Gordon, producing every game. In AAA, he played 99 games the rest of the season, 81 hits on 382 at-bats for 40 runs, 13 doubles, 4 triples, 2 home runs, 29 RBIs, 23 walks, 82 strikeouts, 13 stolen bases with a 212 average. Now that's not as great. Obviously, I want to see him get that average up a little bit more. Maybe come down with the strikeouts, but the point is he's getting on base They don't have his on-base percentage, do they? Oh, they do. 262 and 381. So it's up there, but it's not, maybe where it should be. Over the last year in the two minor system, or the two minors that he was in, AA and AAA, he did have an OBP of 300. So that's there, but it was at AA too. He's there. He's knocking on the door again, like I said. He's been in the system for 4 years. He's learned how to hit. He's learned how to increase his strength, maybe get some more home runs. Like I said, he has 7 now. He's still very quick. This is a guy who we could easily pull up to the system, basically as a Byron Buxton. Even if he doesn't play the outfield, or in this case, second base every day, he is there, and he is able to basically play on any given day in different situations. So we have Jonathan Schoop, and we have basically we signed Jonathan Schoop to play second base. We have a couple other guys who could move over there. I don't know what happened to Forsythe. Still, I couldn't find him on the roster, but we have Schoop. We've got Polanco, who could go to second base. We have Andrianza. Since Dozier left, he played there a little bit. We have these guys who will, get their chances. We've signed them for a reason. They're good players, obviously. And Nick Gordon still sitting there. He could be on the bench for a while, just to, be used as speed like Byron Buxton was for a little bit. But he could be moved in at any time. Schoop struggles. He played on the Orioles last year. He was probably one of their better players, but he still was not, top tier. Then you've got Andrianza, who's, he whatever. But you've got Nick Gordon on the bench waiting for his chance, and he should definitely get it this year, or at least be used in some sort of situations for speed, stolen bases, that kind of thing. So that is my 3 top picks for the Twins getting in the Twins farm system. 3 top prospects that should be moved up to the majors this year. They have a very good resume, very good prospect, and I do want to share this just piece of information. I highly doubt it will happen, but I'm just going to throw it out there just in case. This is, who is this? Royce Lewis, who was drafted number 1, first overall pick in 2017. He's ranked first in the farm system. This guy is electric. He is fast. He can hit for power. He can hit for contact. He's a shortstop. Like I said, he's in the top 100 prospects. He's number 7. Top 10 shortstops. He's number 2. This guy is better than D. Gordon's brother, Nick Gordon here, and he's fantastic. I've seen him in single A. I've seen some footage of him. He bats .315. He's got 9 home runs, 23 doubles. This kid can hit. In 75 games, he was pulled up to A+. Did not do so hot there, but he only played 45 games, still with a .255 batting average, and he still had 5 home runs, and he still had some solid numbers. Now this would be an absolute long shot if he got a chance, but I'm just saying, maybe starts in AA this season or works his way up to AA. Couple more injuries, maybe they make a playoff run, and this guy's lighting it up in AA. They're like, hey, pull you up, give you a chance. And, he's shown it, like I said, single A, not going to be much compared to AAA and the majors, but he's tearing it up down there. Would be an absolute long shot if he could make it, but he's got some numbers, he's got some stats that could make him a contender down the road if there's enough injuries, or if the Twins just totally want to tank and rebuild. Maybe start with this guy. That is going to be my list, though. 3 prospects and a long shot. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to get your knowledge locked up for the Twins season coming up here, so you can get ready, get all this hype around these players, as well as I have been doing my research. But if you guys, have any comments or opinions, leave them down in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about these 3 players or 4 players, or who else should be up on the Twins roster, or why they shouldn't. So let me know your opinion down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We will come back tomorrow with another great episode of this Twins Talk.